first for the Bucs. Zeke Elliott broke the dog. Jalen Smith. That is a play to remember. Oh, what a tackle by Jalen Smith.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the next episode of the Frisco Report. All right, let's jump right into it. We have a lot of things to talk about. Mike, my co-host, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, Joe? Just snowed in. Snow day. We're taking it easy, getting ready for these holidays.
Yeah, man. I guess the hot topic, is the whole Garrett thing and everything. But before we get to that, let's just do a quick hit on this Patriots game, and then we'll get to the Garrett drama, and then we'll talk about this Thanksgiving game. Okay, so the game against Patriots. What was your thoughts on it? Did you really kind of have that pegged as a loss? But when you were watching it, it seemed like they could actually win it, but then they failed again. Like, what did you feel about this game here, Mike?
I didn't. I had the confidence, but I had a gut feeling because our defense has been turning it on lately. And with the weather conditions and all that, I kind of felt like it was going to be a low-scoring contest. Our defense, I thought they played up to standards.
Are they the hot boys yet, or no?
No, they're not the hot boys. They're just a defense right now.
Agreed.
That has a potential to make plays.
Yeah.
And they made some plays against these New England Patriots, and the offense, it went back to, almost against the Saints game. I mean, it was pretty much identical. If Brett Maher didn't miss that field goal, it would have been the same score as the New Orleans Saints game. And we didn't learn anything from that as a team or anything because almost the exact same situation came up, and Jason Garrett did it all over again. But I thought Dak should have put that glove on a lot sooner than what he did. I thought we went away from the running game that was working. Zeke was averaging 4 yards a carry. And this one hurt. This one hurt for about 2 days. So I'm over it now. And, I guess it's on to these Buffalo Bills. But they're just coaching decisions in this game that killed the Dallas Cowboys. What was your take on it, Joe?
Well, I mean, you made a good point. Let's talk about the glove because this is a sub discussion that's going on right now. So this is just another thing for me, another checkbox in the wrong area that Jason Garrett just doesn't know how to get this team prepared. He should have known that there was going to be the possibility of a wet ball and try to practice outside instead. They're practicing inside. It's just more of the same bumbling, all right? The great bumbler, Jason Garrett, man.
So you're telling me that they didn't practice with the wet football. They didn't practice in any climate whatsoever to get prepared for this game.
Yeah, they didn't. I'm sure they knew what the forecast was going to be, But they wanted they wanted to take it easy, and they practice indoors, so.
Well, Jason Garrett does have that day-by-day mentality, so apparently he's not going to look at the weather on Thursday. He's looking at the weather on Thursday. It's sunny. We should be fine.
Yeah, man, and the whole fourth down thing and never going for it conservative. I mean, that's what Garrett is, But it's funny, man, because we want to criticize him, but at the same time, 9 seasons in, we know what he is. He's not going to do that fourth down call. It's rare. It's like getting hit by lightning when he does make that kind of thing, that kind of call.
I understood what he was doing on that 4th and 7 because the defense has been playing up to par, and we do a roundtable, and I defended Jason Garrett on that call, and I got to stand by it. Yeah, it looks wrong. Everyone's saying it's wrong, but I don't. I understood what he was doing. Am I mad about it? No, I don't think I am. Just because the situation in the game, your defense was holding them. You did get the ball back. you know, in your hands with 2.5 minutes to go with 3 timeouts. And we had a tripping penalty that kind of disrupted it. So if that tripping penalty didn't happen, I'm almost confident the Cowboys would have scored down there. But I understood the whole 4th and 7 touchdown field goal thing. Now, am I pissed off about it? No, not as much as maybe some people are, because I just wrapped my head around his thinking behind that.
And the thinking behind it, just for me, is just the kind of thinking that's not going to get it done. You know, if this were the championship game, would he do the same thing? You know, if this was a Super Bowl, would he do this kind of stupid call? Like, it's just more of the same stupidity, and it continues to bite us in the butt. I was with Aikman on the whole thing. You know, I'm for a lot of the things that Aikman annoys me when he calls our games with that, and how he explained it, being a quarterback, you know, trusting that, you know, or believing that Dak Prescott is good enough to at least have an attempt at it. All right, and there was no attempt. It was just a Maher field goal, and there we go again. You know, another loss.
Yeah, no, and I understand the other side of the coin on it too. And, you know, it's maybe I just know what Jason Garrett is, and maybe I'm complacent with those decisions now. I don't have that aggressive mentality.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I think there are fans, you know, that probably do feel like that about Garrett. You know, they're just so, you know, depending on what era of a Cowboy fan you are. Like, did you grow up during the Drew Henson, the Romo, Bledsoe era, or did you go through like the 90s or so? You know what I'm saying? Like, each era has a different kind of view on it, and I think maybe some of the younger fans, you know, are getting kind of complacent about, oh, you know, 8-8, 9-7, that kind of thing.
Oh no, I'm not complacent there at all, because we've seen Garrett be aggressive. 2016 against the Eagles, overtime. You know, we went for it on a 4th and 1. We got it. I mean, Jason Garrett has done a lot of stuff since being a head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, where I do scratch my head on it. Now, like I said, was it the right decision? Probably not. Did I understand what he was doing? Absolutely.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So, you know, that's kind of the game. You know, we all saw the same thing. So let's get into the drama that is now circling the Dallas Cowboys. Jason Garrett, Jerry Jones, the fans. The seat is on fire. It might be already melted to the ground, and he's just standing there under the flame.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on some of the? Tell me the latest thing that you were telling me here offline, Mike. You told me about Jane Slater.
Yeah, Jane Slater went on NFL Network and pretty much said Jerry Jones is still pissed about what happened, what transitioned on Sunday with those calls that Jason Garrett made. And I kind of want to get to a point here, what he kind of said on Sunday. And he pretty much said that I shouldn't be as frustrated with the talent that we have on this team if this game boiled down to better coaching. I mean, Jerry Jones went all in on Sunday. He went and he's still mad. And how Jane Slater got this post was she asked a close source of the team, you know, Jerry Jones kind of blows his cap, cools down. Is he still mad? And one of the guys that she asked what the source was, he said, he's still as mad as he's ever been.
No.
So there's a chance that Jason Garrett, if we happen to lose to these Buffalo Bills on Thanksgiving Day where the world is watching, after you just threw your entire coaching staff under the bus, except defense. He did point out defense. He did. He said defense did what they were supposed to do. But the offense, those game time decisions, said we should have did better at that. So the defense is, I would say they're safe, Joe. But this offense that Jason Garrett handpicked to be a coordinator, right? Kellen Moore was lingering around this team for years, even labeled as a third-string quarterback. So he picked him, and now things are going haywire, and guess who gets the fault? Jason Garrett can't say Kellen Moore's calling the plays anymore because Kellen Moore don't manage the game.
Yeah, I mean, Jason Garrett's managing the game, and even then, it still seems like he's, you know, learning as he goes, and that's just not good. That's just not good. It's kind of what you get when you hire an inexperienced coach like that. And Jerry did give him, 9 full seasons, and half of the interim season. When they fired Phillips, so basically, 9.5 seasons, almost 10 years. So let's see what happens. But the drama, it is like a soap opera now. So you're getting all these reports. Where there's smoke, there's fire, baby. It's there. It is definitely there, and just the fact that she's saying he hasn't been this mad and forever, a long time. It feels more like he feels betrayed somehow, somewhere, and I think it goes back to the rumor that the Giants are interested in Garrett if he becomes available, and there's some thoughts that was leaked, and it might have been leaked by Garrett's camp. So it's all very interesting.
Here's the confirmation of it, though. On 103 The Fan, Jerry Jones said he feels the same way he felt then, speaking about his remarks of what he said about Jason Garrett and his coaching staff. And let me give you the real quote here. "I shouldn't be this frustrated given the makeup of this team. I don't think there's a game where a coaching staff couldn't do better."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's
pretty damning comments there. That's not something you're gonna tell. That's not something that you would really say about your coach and staff, or your coach if you were gonna bring him back.
Yeah, and Zach Martin, James Slater followed it up by Zach Martin is one of the captain and veterans on this team. He still has Jason Garrett's back, and he wants to win a game for Jason Garrett. And Zach Martin and this team wants to win this game against the Buffalo Bills. So they're trying to save Jason Garrett from. Now that could be blowing smoke, because obviously the locker room has to stay in some kind of tack, because you're still first place in the NFC East. So the captains are, of course they're going to do their job and say, hey guys, block out the noise. I know we see this on Instagram, Twitter. I bet all these highlights pop up on your phone notifications from NFL Network and stuff. But we got to stick together here. Let's go get this win for us. I don't think they're trying to play for Jason Garrett. I think they're just trying to get into the playoffs and not waste talent like Jason Garrett has been doing.
Yeah, and that's the only way the Cowboys are going to get in here, is if the players want it and they get it. It reminds me of the '95 Cowboys. They had to overcome the coaching to get to the Super Bowl and win it. That's where I feel this team is at. Obviously, we don't have Super Bowls with these guys, but if they want it bad enough, make some noise. But tough sledding, man. There's only a 4-day window there, between time. Everything is shortened, the game plan, is it can they take another loss?
For the easiest. I think the Cowboys, honestly, they really do. Focus on these Buffalo Bills. Their offense is 21. They're 21st in the NFL in points per game with 21 even. They're 18th in yards with 352 total yards. Their pass yards are 24th at 213.5, and they're actually, they know how to run the football at 139.2. They're actually 5th in the National Football League in running the football. That's bad news for this defense that has a hard time stopping runs. These Buffalo Bills, they can run it and run it and run it. And that's probably why their offensive passing stats are down, because they're running the football more in Buffalo. And Cole Beasley's coming home. Maybe they got an excellent game plan against him, but I highly doubt it, especially as Jordan Lewis is going to be playing on Cole Beasley, because Jordan Lewis did an excellent job boxing out Julian Edelman. And he did get some big chunk plays. That's why his stats are kind of the way they are. But for the most part, I thought Jordan Lewis did outstanding. So if Jordan Lewis is on Cole Beasley, I don't know how much Cole Beasley can really get out of this defense. But it is a must-win game. Just as a fan wanting to go to the playoffs, it's definitely a must-win game. We're still a game up with these Eagles, and it's must-win from here on out.
Totally, man. Totally. It's now you're getting to the point where you're gonna have to start playing math, and we're just a game ahead of the Eagles, and at this point, any trip ups on our part could cost us the season. Everything we talked about in the off season, free agency. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Our draft class is gonna come in here and help everybody. We're starting to see everything that really didn't just hasn't come together, but they have the opportunity to make a run here. They have to. Otherwise, that will be what the season was.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the Buffalo Bills defense, they're third overall in points. They only give up 15.7 points a game. So they got a stout defense over there in Buffalo. They're third in total yardage at 288. They're third in total pass yards at 184 yards a game. And their rush defense, they're 14th. They're still giving up an average of 104 yards to opponents' running backs. Zeke has an opportunity to feast. The question is, do they feed it to him?
That is the point. That is the point to make. If they fall behind early, they abandon the running game early. So yeah, you hit it right on the head there, Mike. And yeah, for me, the Cowboys are going to have their hands full. It's for me, the Cowboys have a better roster. They should win this game. We're at home, but again, you have to overcome some of the stupid stuff this coaching staff is letting slide. Too many penalties. Too many offensive penalties. Running game has kind of just, it's an okay running game right now. So for me, it comes from the top still. And Cowboys want to make a move. They got to do it here with the Bills. But, can they do it, Mike? Can they do it? This is another team that has a winning record. 8-3. That's a really solid record considering that, who they've played. So it's a tall order. Like, are you just hoping that they win this game, or do you have any legitimate feeling that we'll win this game? Like, how do you feel about it?
There's some legitimacy to them winning this game, but I mean they're gonna have to play, cross I's dot T or dot I's and cross T football. You know what I mean? And I mean Josh Allen, he has 7 rushing touchdowns. He has the most rushing touchdown out of his whole team. So you're dealing with the mobile quarterback. He has 15 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. So I mean he really don't do too many turnovers at that ratio. He's been sacked 23 times, so their offensive line is okay. It's not the greatest, but it's okay. The game, and it sounds like we say this game in and game out. It's the trenches in this game. Their offensive line knows how to move blockers for Frank Gore, and their defense knows how to get to the quarterback, and they play damn good pass defense. So evenly, I want to say that it's matched, but I can't say that. It looks like the Buffalo Bills might have better talent on their football team, and maybe a coach that can potentially outcoach Jason Garrett. There's a chance that they can fall to the Buffalo Bills on Thanksgiving Day, but you need all hands on deck. If this team has any winning mentality left in their gas tank, they will win this game.
Yeah, that's the way they're going to have to do it because, Sean McDermott, he comes from a very good defensive tree. Ron Rivera and these guys, they like to bring the pressure from the middle. So I expect Prescott to be, having a lot of pressure from the defensive tackle position. It's going to be up to Connor Williams, Frederick, and Zach Martin, the gob, to get it done. So hopefully they can do it. They can shut down that pressure. But yeah, they have a lot of talent. The running game, like I said, Frank Gore. He just passed Barry Sanders all-time rushing. That's amazing to me. I mean, I know Frank Gore's a good running back, but he's also been very durable. You have to be a durable, consistent back to pass Barry Sanders all-time running. That's an amazing feat. So he's going to bring it. Physical, hard to bring down. And then they got the young, Singletary, very shifty, elusive running back, rookie. and it's gonna be a big challenge. Cowboys need to come out here with energy, and they just have to do all the things that we've been wanting them to do. If they can do that, we'll win it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Their defense has 33 sacks, so they do get to the quarterback and they do it pretty well. Josh Brown, he has 856 yards, 5 touchdowns this year. That's pretty good numbers. So not only, Cole Beasley, we know what he can do with his 7 years from Dallas, but Josh Brown, he got speed, he got durable hands, and he's averaging 14.8 yards a catch. So, they like to target him a little deep, and these Cowboys, they got to keep Josh Brown in front of them and
That's
go
what
attack the ball.
They got to do, Mike. They got to attack the ball, and it'll be an exciting game for sure because Thanksgiving. I think before the season started, when the schedule came out, Buffalo was on there. That's one that I know I circled on my calendar only because Beasley talked a whole lot of mess when he left the Cowboys, and then you get the opportunity to play against him this season. I mean, I circled it. I think a lot of fans circled this game as well. And just the fact that it's going to be on Thanksgiving. Maybe they do get that energy. Maybe they do get enough. I don't know what you call it. Some kind of juice, baby.
Some kind of
juice and momentum to get them going in this game because they're going to need it, You're going to need it.
And a lot of times we don't talk about special teams. We know special teams is a huge issue. Okay? Tony Pollard in the kicking game is 32nd in the whole entire NFL, dead last. They're 26th in punt return. Horrible special teams. They got a player in Buffalo. His name's Andre Roberts. He has 15 returns for 428 yards, Joe. On those 15 returns, Andre Roberts has touchdowns. He's scored over half.
So that's something we need to look for in this game, is what you're saying, right?
Yes, special teams can be another downfall for the Dallas Cowboys if they don't cross their
There we go.
T's
with
and
the
dot their
alphabet,
I's.
baby. He knows what he's saying. That's Mike from Dallas Cowboy Football News, just in case you guys didn't know. But what you're saying there, Mike, I totally agree with it because it's just about it's almost another week of the Patriots. You can't have mistakes. You can't have the dumb little mistakes, and that stat line about Andre Roberts, that's amazing. And that's honestly, I didn't know that. Good research there by you, Mike, and that actually terrifies me now because we've seen the mess at this special teams that they're capable of. Last week was, that Patriots game, that was the worst special teams play. It looked like they didn't know what the hell they were doing. It looked like the clowns out there, with the the clown car.
How do you know that guy, number 18 for the Patriots, I forgot his name now, but he went right into the heart of your punt kickoff return unit. How in the world does that happen? This guy's been in the league. He has for 10 years, he has 7 Pro Bowls, specializing in special teams ace. And we don't keep an eye on him. He goes to the heart of our defense and blocks the punt. The special teams, man, they got to get it together because Andre Roberts could destroy us single-handedly.
Everybody need to watch that in the game. Hopefully, everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully the Cowboys don't give us an upset stomach. Hopefully we can, enjoy our food and get us a win. They got to get a win here against somebody. What do you feel the potential?
Yeah,
we're talking about winning. What we need to do to win. Let's look at the other side of this. What is the fallout if the Cowboys lose this game here and we lose 2 in a row? What do you think might happen here?
Jason Garrett gets fired. Jerry Jones is pissed. There's no turning back, and he's sticking to his guns on this one. The pressure for Jason Garrett
I think
is on.
That's what it is. It comes down to the pressure. I mean, that's at another level. Like I said, like that flame on the chairs hot. It melted to the ground. Like I said, it is molten hot right now. It is molten hot, man. And none of us have seen Jerry this expressive, this emotional. The whole time Garrett has been the coach here. So that is something in itself. It's I wouldn't say out of character, but it's not something that he's done in a very long time. To admit the frustrations and calling out people and the coaches. Pretty big deal here in Dallas. Pretty big deal.
It is, and fans. Maybe someone Jerry did a meet and greet, and fans are finally getting into Jerry Jones's ear.
Could be. I mean, and what's funny is when you hear Jerry, he's flexing. I picked the staff. I picked the coaches that are here. He's not talking about Jason Garrett brought in Chris Richard or whoever these other coaches. That Jerry's flexing big time on this. Like, I brought him in. I can get rid of him. You know what I mean? That's what I felt. I was like, dang, dude. Wow.
Yeah, he's definitely not happy. And, I mean, he has every right to be angry. This team's loaded with talent, Joe. Loaded with talent. And I guess it is what it is. And maybe, and I hate to see these Cowboys lose, but if they do, fans got what they want, and maybe they put Chris Richard as the interim just for right now. There's a lot of reports about Urban Meyer. I asked you about him last night. My whole thing is college coaches that win in college, that doesn't really translate to the NFL. And that's my big
whatever
fear
move
with
they're
Urban
going
Meyer.
to do, it's going to be an all-in move, dude. I think it's going to blow some people away. I'm just, kind of thinking, over the last couple of days, who that might be, and I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice, and it'll be something that I'll talk about on the channel, and obviously, depending on how this season goes, we'll definitely be talking about it here on the podcast.
Yeah, definitely. That's something to keep an eye on going forward on this show, guys. And I hope you have a good Thanksgiving, Joe. And really enjoy that time. But
before
with
we
the
cut
fan
out,
man.
guys, and we want to know too in the comments, what is your favorite, side for Thanksgiving? Is it mac and cheese? Is it stuffing? Is it the gravy? What is it? What's yours, Mike? What's your favorite thing about Thanksgiving?
My favorite side for Thanksgiving. We don't do hams on Thanksgiving. We just do the turkey. I'm not a big ham fan, but my sides, Velveeta macaroni and cheese. That is the best stuff on earth. And they're not sponsoring us. Maybe we can work on a sponsor with Velveeta. But oh man, cut up jalapenos with some corn and some butter. Godly, I love me some jalapeno style corn. The mashed potatoes with brown gravy on Thanksgiving. You can never go wrong with some brown gravy on Thanksgiving. And the dinner rolls. God, I love me a
Basically,
nice, warm, buttery roll.
Mike is telling you that he can't pick, so he's just going off the whole menu here. He's ready to eat some Thanksgiving dinner.
I'm looking, and we get to do two.
Yeah.
We're going to Colorado to do one, and we'll be in Kansas to do the other one. So I'm going to have two Thanksgiving meals in my belly. Wednesday and Thursday, Mike. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, my favorite is the go-to as well. I love me a good mac and cheese, and Velveeta does melt really well. So I'm with you on that, mac and cheese for me. But I think that's it for everybody. We hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Yeah, what's up?
I got a question for you real quick. What's your favorite Thanksgiving dessert?
Before we cut out, it's gonna be the pecan pie, baby. We gotta have it here in Texas.
That's my dude. That's my guy. Yes, sir.
Not pecan,
Pecan?
yeah,
Not
pecan
pecan.
pie.
Pecan pie.
Pecan pie. That's the only way to say it. You know, if you're in Texas, it's pecan pie.
That's it.
That's it,
There's no
guys. But
debate.
man, we want from our families to yours. Have a great Thanksgiving. Let's hope the Cowboys win, everybody. Peace.
Yeah.